of yours. Well, you've opened your PlayStation 1 and this is it. Demo 1. Listen to that music. Oh, brings back some memories. Look at those graphics! Oh my god, look at those graphics on Toshinden and Tekken. Oh my god, look at those graphics. Unbelievable graphics. Wow. Excitement is buzzing now. You've got your PlayStation in your house, you're putting on Demo 1 and you're like, oh my god. Yeah, that's an intro. And that music. Can't forget that music. That music got into your head back in the day. I'd have it demoing. It'd be like, I used this demo so much. It was amazing. And I've forgotten what was on this disc almost entirely in a way. I remembered a couple of things, but I was like, what games are on there again? So this goes through the entire Demo 1 on this video. And we're going to look at the different demos. We're going to talk about them and the feelings and Wipeout. Lower res textures than the final version. We saw that in Wipeout, the Wipeout video last week. But wow, you know, I played this demo to death, absolutely, because I think I had this and Ridge Racer was the first thing I got with the PlayStation. Then I got a second-hand Wipeout, which I still have here somewhere. Where is it? This is my second-hand Wipeout. It doesn't even have a cover, but this is my original one, second-hand. From 95. This demo was in HMV on the demo pods. Oh wow. Used to go to level 1 Oxford Circus, best gaming department in the country. We don't have anything like that now. What a shame that we don't have retail that's amazing like that now. That HMV level 1 store was amazing. Massive giant screens, speakers. Oh wow, this was amazing. And I was playing it like this in store, you know, I'm playing this here and I'm thinking, you know, I'm already kind of getting back into the flow of it. You know, the skills are still in there somewhere, they're just sort of locked away under 20 years of other life stuff. But this was amazing. And as I discussed in the Wipeout video, you know, it has that kind of floatiness. And this has obviously some lower res textures and not as much detail, but still we didn't know at the time, and this was just amazing. That tricky final corner, always tricky. It's always a turning. It's not a drift. It's a turning. If you want to make that corner. Wow, amazing. So that was the first demo. Only one lap demo. Got to play it again and again and again and again and again. So it really was amazing. I was thinking, what button is it to back out? And of course it's the, what is it? Select button, isn't it? Select to back out. So what else have we got on there then? Battery Toshinden, we've got Loaded, NBA, Total NBA. Let's take a look at Loaded. Quick look at Loaded. Now Loaded, again, this game is amazing. Do I have Loaded? I've got Loaded. Here it is. Here it is. Grab Loaded. This game here, Loaded, if you've not seen it. Looks like Simon Bisley artwork on the cover. Oh wow, this game was amazing. And this demo, I didn't realise how rubbish the demo was. The game is actually much better than the demo. Quite a lot missing actually. It wasn't nearly as good as the final game, this demo. But I played this demo to death. I absolutely loved it. Difficult as well. Still, the game was great. It was a great little game. I kind of wish they'd make a new version of it. Total NBA, this is a demo that you can't play. It's just a tech demo. But either way, this was like, wow, look at those graphics. I mean, we don't care about basketball, but damn, those are good graphics. And a lot of people bought the game, including a friend of mine, just because the graphics were so good. It's like, wow, just having a go on it. And, you know, the play was a bit, you know, nothing special, but the graphics were, the reflections on the court, the different camera angles. Wow, what an achievement. Ballerina Toshinden, the first beat-em-up released on PlayStation 1, released in Japan in January 95, so a fair few months before the British launch. So we launched in the UK. I think there were 3 beat-em-ups. There was Zero Divide, Battle of Toshinden and Tekken. And this was amazing. I mean, this looked incredible at the time. Wow. You know, we had Virtua Fighter on the Sega Saturn, but this had Battle Arena Toshinden. It had fully textured characters. Look at that. I couldn't figure out the moves here, so I was just doing fireballs and dragons with this guy, and it seemed to be working. But yeah, it was. It looks so rough now, and when you see it playing with the borders on the PAL system, it looks awful. Go doesn't say go. Speech isn't in there, and you can see driving through cars. I think this was an example I used where often when you see development games, you'd see lots of glitches and bugs and stuff like that, but they'd always be fixed usually in the final game. And it was great just to play it. I mean, we just love this again. So much time spent doing these bowls and bashing into things. Wonderful, wonderful. And there are lots of little changes again, you know, improvements here and there, texture improvements. You see even the go sign was improved in the final game. So there was lots that wasn't final in Destruction Derby that, you know, amazing, amazing. I mean, we've seen already on the video a couple of weeks ago, great game, you know. Would be good for more people to play this, you know. It's the sort of thing that adapts itself really well now to a modern handheld, you know. It's a simple, colourful, engaging, fun experience. And of course we've got a little ad on here as well. 90s ad for a game. Very simplistic. Just cars bashing with some text. That's all you needed just to go, oh my god, I need to buy it. I need to buy this game. Now, I think this came out a few weeks after launch, I believe, in the UK. So they sort of spaced out. You know, you had the first batch, and then you had this, and Actua Soccer loaded, stuff like this coming out soon after. They weren't actually there on launch day. This one I'm a bit confused on. It may or may not have been around the launch. So we played the demo so much at launch, it's hard to remember now. It's all a fog in my mind from years ago. But either way, amazing. Destruction Derby. So Wipeout, Destruction Derby, they were the two sort of main ones. We've looked at those as separate videos before looking at this in demo one. They were huge for the European launch. Remember, Ridge Racer was the game that made everything happen. Now, video CD player. So it's a music player, you put in your own CD and it generates images to your music. Amazing, amazing. Got a bit of Initial D in there now, so have a listen to that. There may be some misheard lyrics here. Love those lyrics. What an amazing visual experience. You know, they don't even have that on the modern PlayStation. What a shame. Nothing like that. Nothing like that really engages you and blows your socks off and shows you the technology. They were trying things then. They don't try them now in quite the same way. Then we had video clips. Video clips. These were awful, really. I mean, they were grainy. They weren't full screen. I've actually stretched them out a bit to make them look full screen here, but they weren't. They were all sort of big borders and stuff. Starblade Alpha. Oh my god, look at those graphics, texture mapping, alien technology. It really was like off the chart how amazing Starblade was when it came out in the arcade. When we first saw the first screenshots in Edge magazine of this in the 3DO version, it was like, oh my god. This was first shown in the UK actually at ECTS in March 1995. I remember playing it, being revealed for the first time. Wow. Tekken was shown in the UK for the first time, as was Starblade Alpha. Jumping Flash, a very short clip on here an amazing game. Jumping Flash 1 and 2, great games, use the 3D environment. We should have another Jumping Flash. It'd be great if Sony came back to a lot of these titles. Jumping Flash again, another game that would move forward well. Tekken never looks as good here in video form. It looked amazingly smooth in real time. I remember them saying driving games don't need to be 60 frames, only beat 'em ups. Nonsense. It was really because of development limitations. Warhawk here. I was never impressed with the video, but my goodness was I impressed with the final game. Came out in the US first, and wow, it blew our socks off. Again, scaling environments, flying around everywhere. You know, wow, the PlayStation is handling this. There was no limitation to design development. Let's just do it. Twisted Metal, great fun. Always looks a bit shoddy, always did, but yet tremendously enjoyable. And if you ever got to play Twisted Metal World Tour in multiplayer mode, what a classic. It's a shame we've missed stuff like that now. Rapid Reload, showing the 2D graphics of the PlayStation. It wasn't great for 2D, but it was still an awful lot better than anything we had at that time. You know, I mean, when you compare it to SNES and Mega Drive, it was still an improvement. But of course, the classic is Ridge Racer. Wow. You know, there's so many superlatives I can say for this game. It changed racing games as we know it. And I'm going to talk about this on a separate video in the future. This is the system that defined the benchmark of what we saw on the PlayStation. This is what shocked the world and got developers involved in PlayStation. It got people interested in PlayStation. It told people it was going to dominate the market. I don't know what Nintendo were thinking when they saw that, but wow, it blew our socks off. And I'll come back to that in more detail in the final video. And of course, tech as well. What's tech? Well, this was another amazing thing on the demo to show the graphical capability, and it's the sort of thing that I really wish we had on the modern PlayStation. I think it really shows what the PlayStation can do. You sort of see it on Star Wars Battlefront. In the background you have a full LOD ship that you can sort of move around. It looks nicely detailed, but let's have a listen to this for a moment. Amazing, amazing. A technical demo, you could control it, move the item around, move the object around, whatever it was. Wonderful atmosphere. You could let that play on and on, that music. It created a wonderful atmosphere. Wow, that was amazing. Then we clicked on this next one. Ooh, dinosaur. That looks interesting. Oh my God. Look at the graphics. Yeah, I can't handle the good graphics now. The good graphics are blowing my head off. Yeah. Oh my God. I can't tell you. The good graphics. Look at those graphics. It's like real life. It's like real life. Wow. You know what? I cannot stress to you at home the magnitude in capital letters of this dinosaur. This one dinosaur, moving its head there, making it snarl, open its mouth, moving it around. Wow, 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 wow. Look at that. Amazing. I'd love to see a tech demo now done on the PS4 like this. I mean, wouldn't it be amazing? When you look at those graphics, what was possible. You know, this is going back 22 years ago when the system was finalized. You know, it's finalized in, well, originally the tech demo was shown, I believe it was it might have been late 92 when the tech demo was first shown, something like that maybe, of just the head of the dinosaur. And it blew us all away. You know, it was like, this cannot be real time, this cannot be real. No. And then in the final tech demo, they made the whole dinosaur, and you know, this would have been sort of, the technology was was sort of confirmed in early '94. It gave them 6 months to make Ridge Racer. I mean, 6 months to make a launch game. It's nothing by today's standards, and it was nothing by those standards either. Incredible work by Namco to turn it around. Wasn't the biggest game in the world, obviously, but to get new developers in, new artists, tech people, my goodness, it was amazing work. But to see this come out on the European system at launch, you know, when they had they had a 20th anniversary of PlayStation a couple of years ago, and none of this was really mentioned. You know, you tend to see lots of people talking about PlayStation who are sort of, you know, 19 years old, talking about it as if they were there, but they can't remember. A lot of them weren't even born, and those that are can't remember what it was like for us to see this technology. I mean, this really was special. But this music player, you know, the dinosaur was incredible. It blew our socks off. We must have played all this stuff that you're seeing here for hours and hours and hours the night I first got it. A bit more Initial D though to finish off. I hope you've enjoyed this look at Demo 1. I've enjoyed talking about it, sharing my passion with you, and I'd love you to share some of your experiences with it as well in the comments, and do let me know what you'd like to see in terms of different classic games, retro games on the channel, perhaps ones that are special to you as well. This music player was amazing. You could change the sensitivity of it, and it was something which, you know, hours and hours of fun went into just testing different music, just seeing the novelty of it, slowing it down. You could zoom in, zoom out. Again, there's nothing like this on modern systems now that use modern graphics in this way, which is a real shame. And it's something which I would love to see with modern technology, what they could do now with a modern music player. It really was very special, and I think the only chap, what's his name? Jeff Minter. I think he's the only one who tried something like this. I think it was on the Xbox, something like that, or Jeff Minter's Xbox 360 demo, but it was nothing like this. This really did blow us away, and it wasn't just crazy and jazzy for the sake of it. You could slow it down and match it to the music. But I've enjoyed talking about this Demo 1 today. It's brilliant. You know, it brought back so many wonderful memories of gaming at the time, and the amazing step forward in performance and progress that we just could not believe at that time. You can imagine the future today, but we couldn't quite the same way back then. It was completely new, and in that sense I'm glad I was around to see it and enjoy it. But that's it from me for now. I'll leave you with some really dodgy Initial D cheesy music, but it's kick-ass and it goes really well to the driving action, and there'll be more from me very soon.
It's the beat of my